You know you need oxygen, you know you need food to survive. Well, that's how I feel about opiates, or felt about opiates.
Miraculously, that's not how Ricky Hess feels anymore. He's been in recovery for more than 10 years after an excruciating battle with addiction. His mother, Dawn, was and still is a huge support system for Ricky.
And she's doing her part to help others in their journeys and spread awareness about this devastating epidemic. Dawn's been a member of Attack Addiction since its inception 10 years ago. And in that time, this organization has made a huge difference in many lives right here in our area. You could say that Dawn Hess Fisher has a grandmother glow.
I got a redhead, blue-eyed 3-year-old, Olivia, and Harley was born June 9th. So dark hair, dark eyes.
The lights of her life that years ago she likely never thought possible. Their father, Ricky, fought a fierce battle with addiction.
There were dark days. I borrowed his truck and went to the grocery store. Something happened to my car, and I opened the glove box to get like a tissue out, and there were drugs in the glove box.
Ricky is one of the lucky ones, as is her other son, Andy. Both are in long-term recovery, and their mother has made it her mission to help others get there too. She's a founding member of Attack Addiction, a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising awareness about the disease. Created in memory of Tyler Keister after an accidental overdose. Ricky and Tyler were close friends.
They partied together, played together, and so, yeah, they asked us to be on the board at the beginning.
That beginning was 10 years ago. Looking back on the last decade, Attack Addiction can be every bit proud of their progress.
We've been able to help folks in housing. We've been able to give scholarships to people in recovery for colleges and really get the word out to erase the stigma as it associates to addiction.
Housing is huge. They have several homes in the state of Delaware where they offer free sober living. Dawn says both of her boys lived in sober houses after coming out of rehab a third time.
And it was 9 months to a year when they were like, I feel like I'm good, I feel strong enough, I feel like I can support myself.
The scholarships have made for countless success stories from addiction to achievement.
Now they're going to be a nurse or a counselor and they need some help with schooling, so we give them scholarships toward their schooling. And then they come and talk at our gala about their success stories.
When it comes to the stigma, well, as you might imagine, that's an uphill climb. But this crew won't quit.
The stigma is better. It's not all better. So when we go to open a recovery house in a community in Sussex and all of the neighbors are protesting because they don't necessarily understand the disease of addiction, they're protesting that we're opening one, and we're trying to help them understand, there's going to be people there, there's managers there, but they don't always understand what that looks and feels like.
And so they'll continue to try to help folks understand.
We try to let them know it's not a willpower thing. It is in their mind, and the drug typically has changed the DNA of their brain, and so their ability to just say, oh, I just want to stop today, that's not a realistic one.
And so with that, they're also trying to make fentanyl test strips more widely distributed.
It's met with some resistance based on the stigma associated to it, but Attack's always looking for options for us to be able to, A, help educate folks, B, let them know that these strips are around, and C, how do we get them out into the community? Because you're never going to get everyone sober, but how do we save one life at a time?
Dawn says they have a number of phenomenal partners, one of them being the Sussex County Health Coalition. In the next 10 years, Dawn says she hopes they continue to make progress in education.
Because it starts with education and then the parents being educated, because early identification, usually helps stop a road of destruction across the board.
Take it from this parent, it's gotta be tough love.
It's a matter of, calling them out and making them accountable. But you can't be that helicopter parents that always protects them. At the end of the day, it's their decision, whoever, brother, sister, son, daughter, it's their decision to get clean. You can simply be there to support them.
She came to find out that support meant everything.
you know, he's like, I don't know why she's stuck by me all the time. That was special.
What do you think, obviously 10 years later, 10 years from the beginning, what do you think Tyler would think?
I think about that often, actually. I'm going to get a little teary-eyed. There are days that I look up in the sky and just say, I know you're super proud of us. And then there are days, you know, that something happens and I'm like, all right, I know you're watching out for us, but I think we have done amazing stuff for the tech addiction, and I think he would be super proud. And I believe that he has a little angel over Ricky and his family and just keeps watching them to make sure they're okay.
They are okay. In fact, they're more than okay. And this grateful grandmother and her group won't ever stop fighting so that others can have this hope and happiness too. And Attack Addiction is holding their annual Be a Hero Gala on Thursday, the 19th. It's happening at the Executive Banquet Center in Newark. And if you're interested in getting tickets or sponsoring tickets at the event, you can find the necessary information on DelmarvaLife.com. And Lisa, that's the second time I've ever talked to Dawn.
Yeah.
I love her. And I was telling her that I love that their organization is called Attack Addiction.
Right.
It's not, let's work on the addiction. It's let's attack it. Let's get right into it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
DelmarvaLife will be right back.